Is Malaysia playing a dangerous balancing act between China and the United States, or is it mastering the global chessboard? In today's complex global landscape, few nations find themselves walking such a delicate tightrope as Malaysia. Positioned strategically at the heart of Southeast Asia, this vibrant country has managed to remain friendly with both China and the United States, two of the most powerful and competing nations in the world. But how does Malaysia maintain this balancing act without being pulled too far in either direction? What secrets lie behind the scenes of diplomatic handshakes and economic deals? In this video, we're going to explore the 10 powerful factors that define Malaysia's ever-evolving relationship with both China and the USA. Each point reveals a new layer of strategy, conflict, influence, and national interest. Whether you're a geopolitical enthusiast or simply curious about global affairs, this video will open your eyes to the hidden truths behind Malaysia's international diplomacy. Stick around till the end, what you'll discover might just surprise you. Malaysia's strategic geography is a global game changer. Malaysia's location is not just a matter of convenience, it's a crown jewel in global geopolitics. Sitting astride the Strait of Malacca, one of the most critical maritime choke points on Earth, Malaysia controls access to one of the busiest shipping lanes connecting the Pacific and Indian Oceans. Both China and the United States understand the importance of this maritime corridor, and Malaysia knows it. China sees Malaysia as essential to its Belt and Road Initiative, helping connect trade routes across Asia and Africa. On the flip side, the United States considers the region a key battleground for ensuring freedom of navigation and balancing Chinese expansion. Malaysia's ability to leverage its geography gives it tremendous negotiating power, and it does so with impressive finesse. Economic ties. Between Silk Roads and silicon chips, Malaysia's economic interests are deeply entangled with both superpowers, but in very different ways. With China, it benefits from massive infrastructure investments, trade agreements, and megaprojects under Beijing's regional ambitions. Chinese companies are building ports, railroads, and industrial parks throughout Malaysia, embedding the country into China's larger economic orbit. At the same time, Malaysia maintains a strong economic relationship with the United States through electronics exports, manufacturing, and foreign investment. American tech giants rely on Malaysia for key components in the semiconductor supply chain. This dual dependency allows Malaysia to benefit from both partnerships while avoiding over-reliance on either, a clever strategy for economic sovereignty. Defense and security. Quietly leaning west. While Malaysia rarely flaunts its military partnerships, the country's security alignment tends to lean toward the west. Through regional partnerships like the Five Power Defense Arrangements, FPDA, with the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore, Malaysia stays embedded in a Western military network. It also cooperates with the United States on counterterrorism, intelligence sharing, and maritime security. Though it occasionally conducts joint drills with China, Malaysia is clearly cautious of Beijing's growing military presence in the South China Sea. This careful security posture sends a subtle but clear message: Malaysia values freedom of navigation and regional stability more than any single foreign alliance. The South China Sea Dilemma. Few issues strain Malaysia's relationship with China more than the disputed territories in the South China Sea. Chinese vessels have repeatedly entered Malaysian waters, asserting expansive territorial claims that directly conflict with Malaysia's exclusive economic zone. Despite these tensions, Malaysia often avoids public confrontation with Beijing, choosing instead to address the issue through diplomacy and legal frameworks. This contrasts with the more aggressive U.S. stance, which involves sending warships to challenge Chinese claims. Malaysia's approach is one of cautious pragmatism, resisting Chinese encroachment while maintaining the appearance of regional harmony. Political leadership and shifting priorities. Malaysia's foreign policy is significantly shaped by whoever holds power in Putrajaya. Some leaders have leaned heavily toward China, welcoming investments and aligning diplomatically. Others have taken a more nationalist or Western-friendly stance, wary of foreign debt traps and sovereignty concerns. The shifting tides of Malaysian politics often affect the tone and direction of the country's international relationships. This variability creates an unpredictable environment where both China and the US must constantly reevaluate their strategies. Malaysia's flexibility, while occasionally chaotic, is also a source of strength. It keeps the country adaptable in a rapidly changing world. Public opinion and national identity. While governments set foreign policy, public sentiment in Malaysia plays a silent but powerful role in shaping national direction. Many Malaysians view China with both admiration and suspicion, recognizing its economic benefits but fearing cultural dominance and political overreach. At the same time, there's a complex relationship with the United States, where admiration for American education, innovation, and media coexists with skepticism about American foreign policy. Malaysia's multi-ethnic identity also influences its diplomatic tone, as it seeks to avoid favoritism and promote harmony both at home and abroad. Navigating these cultural crosscurrents makes Malaysia's diplomacy more nuanced than most outsiders realize. The battle for influence through media and education. China and the United States are both competing for Malaysian hearts and minds through soft power. China invests heavily in cultural programs, language institutes, and state media to shape perceptions in its favor. Meanwhile, the United States offers scholarships, exchange programs, and English-language media content that deeply influences Malaysian youth. Universities and think tanks become ideological battlegrounds where narratives are built and loyalties shaped. Malaysia doesn't passively absorb this influence, it filters, adopts, or resists depending on what aligns best with national interest. In this battle of ideas, Malaysia holds the remote control. Technology and digital sovereignty. In the age of artificial intelligence and cybersecurity, Malaysia finds itself at a technological crossroads. China offers state-of-the-art surveillance systems, 5G infrastructure, and smart city technologies. But these tools often come with concerns about data privacy, surveillance, and foreign control. On the other hand, American tech is considered more transparent but often comes with higher costs and licensing restrictions. Malaysia's strategy involves balancing the short-term convenience of Chinese tech with the long-term trust and compatibility offered by Western systems. This digital tightrope is yet another area where Malaysia is forced to choose carefully without making it look like a choice. Regional diplomacy and ASEAN leadership. Malaysia doesn't operate in isolation, it's a leading member of ASEAN and often acts as a regional mediator. Both China and the United States attempt to use ASEAN as a platform for their own agendas, but Malaysia frequently steps in to maintain neutrality and unity. As a voice of moderation, Malaysia is able to host peace talks, propose multilateral solutions, and keep the region from tipping into polarization. Its ability to navigate regional alliances and superpower rivalries gives Malaysia an outsized influence in Southeast Asian diplomacy. Malaysia's long-term vision. Balance over blind loyalty. Ultimately, Malaysia's relationship with both China and the United States reflects a long-term strategy rooted in balance, sovereignty, and national interest. Malaysia knows that becoming too dependent on either side risks losing its independence and credibility. Instead of choosing sides, it chooses strategy, aligning issue by issue, deal by deal. This non-alignment doesn't mean neutrality. It means Malaysia decides its future based on what benefits Malaysians, not what satisfies Beijing or Washington. It's a rare diplomatic dance that requires skill, vision, and courage, and Malaysia is proving it has all three. So, is Malaysia being pulled apart by two superpowers, or is it cleverly writing its own rules in a divided world? As we've uncovered, the answer is far from simple. Malaysia's unique geography, strategic vision, and cultural depth make it one of the most fascinating players in modern geopolitics. It's not just surviving the power struggle between China and the USA, it's thriving in it. If you found this breakdown insightful, imagine what else we have coming your way. Don't forget to hit subscribe, give this video a like, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Where do you think Malaysia is headed next?